The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
This is hilarious and the vision is the best, right? So a major airline being British Airways, they had some catering issues on this 12-hour flight from Turks and Caicos to London, which meant all the food had to be thrown out.
Yeah, and that's a 12 hours long flight after your tropical holiday in the Caribbean.
The plane landed in the Bahamas for a stopover and they went, oh my God, what are we going to do? So they started scouring the airport and not working out if they can get stuff from that, and that just wasn't feasible. So someone had a bit of an idea.
A brainwave.
To go somewhere where I'm pretty sure you won't have any complaints about the food.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, we do chicken right.
Went back to the 1970s.
Yes, it is unbelievable. So all of the flight attendants were seen walking down the aisle with literal buckets of KFC and tongs.
Handing it out.
And each person got one piece of chicken.
It was a big-time plane. It wasn't
that's right.
stock down at three breast.
Now, there's some controversial things to do with this because
there was no vegetarian option.
Even the people in business class just got one piece of chicken.
Well, that's not right.
If you're in business class, I know.
Did they get it on a China plate, though? Was that the difference?
I'm going to say straight out, right across the board, there should have been just a tongue full of chips. You can't have a piece of chicken from KFC and not have at least a few chips in the little one. So it should have been one bit of chicken, tongue full of chips.
Okay, I get you.
There's also a big variation between the sizes of pieces of chicken.
Oh, yeah, because you can get a dirty little wing or you can get... Yeah, it's not right.
Really great call, guys.
It seems to be suggested that they all got a drumstick, but I did see a picture of someone that obviously had a breast.
Well, you can't just go and order buckets and buckets of drumsticks.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you can't because that'd leave all the other bits.
I've never been to Caribbean.
Yeah, just all these legless chickens.
I would have thought jerk chicken would be the way to go over there.
You do what?
Chicken, Queenie.
So I do think everyone should have got chips as well, and I do think that there should have been probably a little bit of more on offer.
What about potato and gravy?
If you are up the front end, potato and gravy has to be guaranteed. I would just...
So if you're at the top end, you should have got a piece of chicken, or probably two pieces of chicken. Let's be fair.
Yes.
You're paying a lot for that seat. So at least, so a piece of chicken, a tongue full of chips, and a potato gravy. No, you don't need the potato gravy because you've got the chips.
So coleslaw,
maybe just the gravy. A gravy and a coleslaw.
No.
Yes.
Potato and gravy.
You can't have potato and gravy
I want
and
potato
chips.
and gravy. If I'm at the front end,
double
I want potato and gravy. I don't care. I paid the money.
He's a well-heeled fat cat up the front of the plane. He can have potato and gravy if he wants potato and gravy.
You do fly up that end of the plane more than me.
Potato and gravy.
Of your endless funds.
Your potato and gravy money.
I do find it really funny that an airline has had to resort to this. I've heard of weddings. Suddenly the catering has gone down south and... They've got
whatever reason, somebody hasn't delivered on their promise.
What if you're having a dinner party and you've got friends coming over and then something happens at the last minute?
Oh, yeah,
because that's a major... We want to talk about this. We want to talk about quick fix solutions to a major catering disaster. All right? The emergency. What happened to your catering and what you had to do in emergency? Or did people just go hungry? Which is fine.
No, it's not.
It's in this day and age.
If you've gone to a wedding, Nathan, and put $200 cash in the wishing well and there's no food,
I'll just take one of the presents.
You would be furious.
I just take one of the presents.
Well, it's all money. It's a wishing well.
I'll just take some money back.
You're going to go into the wishing well and take
what was my plate going to... So I've put down $250 and I go, what will my meal cost me? Probably $80. I'd just go in there and get $80 out.
Okay.
And I encourage others to do the same on the microphone in front of their bridal table. We're going to give somebody 2 tickets to go and see Robbie Williams perform live.
Big one.
Robbie Williams, he'd be good at your wedding singing, wouldn't he?
Amazing.
Robbie Williams live at A Day on the Green, Thursday, 30th of November. Tickets through Ticketmaster.
All right. Was there a catering disaster?
Huge.
And how did you fix it? Hello, Sharon.
Hello, how are you?
Good,
Sharon.
Okay, talk to us. What was the catering disaster and how'd you fix it?
So, basically, it was my wedding day, and the caterers let us down that day. So we just didn't know what to do. But my husband, because he's so clever, decided to get a fish and chips on my wedding day.
For how many people?
So it was close family because it was the daytime event. So there was about 30 people there. So we ended up getting fish chips and obviously mushy peas.
Yes.
And a bit of gravy and curry sauce.
So I tell you what, have you ever gotten the curry sauce from a fish and chip shop?
No.
It is your people with your curry sauce are unbelievable. It is so delicious, Shaun.
I know, but
so delicious.
from a traditionalist, it just seems like it's wrong.
No.
No.
It goes on. It goes on your chips
It's
beautifully.
so good. All right, so I want to know. So they got some fish, they got some chips,
Yeah, mushy peas.
mushy peas. Did you not think that your guests deserved like a dim sim or a crab stick?
Oh, they just weren't available at the time. So it was just maybe some sausages on the side.
And-
but that was
yeah.
about it.
And was this your regular local chippy, or did you have to go somewhere else?
I was actually a local chippy, so actually everyone was really happy with me. I was really disappointed because there wasn't even any crockery, so we actually have to have it out of the paper
Off the
bags
paper.
as well.
Oh, that's
But you know
great, Sharon.
what a great
memorable.
idea. What a great idea, though, for your wedding, right? And everyone that's planning a wedding right now is doing it. You're probably going out and tasting food and seeing different restaurants and
Yes.
seeing these tiny little portions on big plates.
Yes.
Why not get something that you know everyone's just going to
Yes.
love?
Nathan, you know
It's
that
like
wedding
fish and chips.
that I went to in March?
Yeah.
So they had beautiful catering.
Love
it was
that.
gorgeous. But the real hit was later in the evening, so sort of around 11 o'clock mark, they wheeled out a whole lot of cheese toasties.
Oh, my God.
Ham and cheese toasties. And everybody's just going, yes, because we've hit that point where everybody's getting into the booze, just soaked up some of it. No one is unhappy with a ham and cheese toastie.
They do it at most awards nights.
Yeah.
So most awards nights hire In-N-Out burgers to be outside. So everyone like leaves the beautiful bloody, Wolfgang Pup catering inside and they go outside and they're chewing on burgers. Why don't you just have burgers? Burgers should be at all weddings.
Simplifies
All
things.
right. Thank you, Sharon. Donna's in Doubleview. Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
All right,
Donna.
Donna. What was the event where the catering failed and how did you fix it?
So I work in a school, and we have a different calendar to most schools in Australia. And our lunches are delivered each day for the students.
Yep.
Yes.
And so one day we got a phone call around 11 o'clock to say, oh, hey, actually we can't fulfill any of the orders for your students today, and we can't deliver any lunches. So this is like 11 o'clock in the day.
Yeah.
And
You're about to have a whole
to
heap
get
of
lunch at like 12.
Yeah,
We've got like
100
an
students.
hour.
Yes.
An hour to feed like 300 students. So, we quickly phoned up our local Croissant Express investors.
Yeah.
And we jumped in our cars and ran on down there and got all the students croissants and sausage rolls and party pies.
They would have loved that.
Yeah, they did. They thought it was the best day ever.
That's a big order.
Yeah.
So you just took everything out of the store.
Pretty much. We called them up and we said, what have you got? And we explained the situation, and they were absolutely amazing. They just, started up making all this stuff for us and, had it all ready when we got
Of course
down
they did.
there.
They're express. They're Croissant Express.
Yeah, they were super express that day. So,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Amazing.
The kids at school that day.
I know, best day ever.
But who gets to choose what you get to have?
What do you mean?
So all the different things.
Lord of
It's
the
a
Fly,
crisis.
Sean. You
It's a
take you
crisis,
call them onto the playground. You dump it in a
Yeah,
pile.
say good luck. Good luck.
The strongest kids get the best stuff, and that's life, kids. That's life.
Thank you, Donna. All right, that's what we're talking about. When there was a bit of a catering disaster and you're like, how are we going to fix this? What solution did you come up with?
Lisa's in Doubleview. Hi, Lisa.
Good morning. How are we?
Wonderful, Lisa.
All right, so tell us what happened.
Look, my mate a few years ago had a New Year's Eve party, and it was just a case of, look, just bring a plate kind of thing.
Yep.
So we ended up with about 15 lesbians and about 15,000 chicken wings.
It's the easiest thing.
Lisa.
Is that a particularly lesbian dish, or you just love your chicken wings?
Look, we did have to go to the shop and get something to make even the table look aesthetically pleasing.
Couple of dips, hummus.
It's like a chicken farm massacre.
All these chickens walking forever now because of you bloody lesbians.
Yeah, I love the chicken wings.
Very funny.
So wait there, Lisa. I did not know this about
Me either.
my sisters. Do lesbians love chicken wings? Is that a known thing?
Well, clearly.
Clearly. Clearly.
Yeah,
We're always
especially
learning.
really hot ones. Hot chicken wings.
Yeah.
Hot wings.
Hot wings.
That was not only funny but educational.
Yes, thank you, Lisa. What a joy. Jody's in Port Kennedy. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
All right,
Good, Jody.
What was the catering disaster and how'd you fix it?
Oh, well, actually it was, we attended an event. It was my son's Year 6 graduation.
Yes.
So we had to pay to go to this graduation as well.
Yeah.
So what happened was they started calling tables up, each table at a time, and about halfway through, they said there's just going to be a break in service.
Yeah.
So they had actually run out of food.
Yes.
We were sitting there wondering what was going on as we saw a car banging across the school oval into the car park. They've gone to the local IGA.
Yes.
They've ordered a whole heap of sliced deli meat.
Yes.
They've come back to the venue and resumed service and just chucked the deli meat onto our plates and chucked a whole heap of gravy over the top of it and pretended that nothing had happened.
What was everybody getting before? Was it a carvery situation?
Yeah, it was sort of like a buffet type situation. But what had happened was all the people that had gone before us had loaded up all their plates.
Of course.
But when we were sitting there watching them eat, and then they were sort of, next thing we saw all the plates getting sort of into the bin, all the stuff that they had loaded their plates on, getting scraped into the bin.
Because they'd gotten too much to eat, of course. They're overloaded.
Well, I think a little bit of that, and maybe it wasn't so great to begin with.
And
maybe
while you're nibbling
meat.
polony.
I would need to know, what deli meats were you eating? Was it mortadella, ham? What was it?
No, I think they'd gone for the roast beef.
Oh, okay. I honestly thought you were talking about polony, some salami.
No, a bit of broken up roast beef with some warm gravy on top.
Yeah.
And Doritos to go with it.
Doritos?
Crushed up Doritos.
Crushed
Yeah.
up Doritos. They had to act fast, Nathan.
So...
and some spearmint leaves sprinkled on top.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you paid for it. That's what really stinks, doesn't it? Is that all the people that got called up first, they got their money's worth. You did not.
That's pretty funny.
That's a stitch up.
Isn't it just?
Tickets to go and see Robbie Williams perform live. Robbie Williams live at the Day on the Green, Thursday the 30th of November. Tickets through Ticketmaster. Great stories all around. Lisa, as Nathan said earlier on, made us laugh and was very educational. Those tickets are going to her.
Lesbians and chicken wings. Who knew?
They love them. So if you're not a lesbian and you know some chicken wings, put them together.
And happiness
because they love it.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
The power of the TikToks, they say.
Oh, yes.
They say the youth use it, Shaun. It's an app.
Tell me more, please.
They do fun little videos.
Yeah.
They scroll. And,
for the purpose of what, Nathan?
Entertainment.
Entertainment, Shaun, and also...
to show the world themselves.
And then also, I think usually the youth, they've got their fingers crossed that it might go viral.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They want to show the world.
It's pretty exciting.
I'm speechless about it.
It's pretty exciting to see those numbers rise. About 96,000 times this TikTok was viewed, and it was here from Perth. A girl named Maya. Her family owns Kingsley Fish and Chips in Perth's north. Fish and chips.
I saw about this. This is fantastic, actually.
Yeah. So anyway, her parents bought a fish and chip shop, and they, at the last minute, asked her to work. So she initially said no, but then her parents sent a photo of them when they looked so excited, and they got their thumbs up, and they're in front of the menu, and it's like, open for business, ready for business. Yeah. And then she was like, well, how can I say no to that? And I just thought, and straight away when I read it, I went, how many kids have had to work in their parents' businesses over the years, cut their plans, go,
help out because someone's off sick.
So Maya could have been going, oh, wait there tonight, I'm going out with, Steph and Laura.
It was a Friday night, wasn't
so
it?
I might go out tonight, we're going to hit the town, go out dancing with the girls. And then switch to 10 minutes later, she's got an apron on cooking dim sims.
100%.
And it's for your parents. So it's not like
you can't say no. You can't say no.
If you go to the Capri in Fremantle, this old Italian place, it's been around for 100 years, right? So Nonna cooks the pasta sauces, and she does a certain amount of batch, and once she's cooked, it's done. But then the next layer down, the mums, and then the kids. Now, the last few times I've been in there, it's the teenage daughters who are running the shop. And
so that'd be the granddaughters.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they've got no choice. Yes. You're talking Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights. They're just there and they're running the shop because that's what they have to do.
That's their
There's
birthright.
no negotiations about this.
No. Yeah, this is what you will be doing,
But then there'd be some sort of benefits as well. So say for the fish and chip shop, right? You'd have, there'd be a small select special circle of friends that get free
Chips.
Oh, you'd have to.
You'd have to.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd have a select few friends that
I know.
would come in at any time throughout the night and get whatever they want.
That's great for your friends,
I
but
know.
you're going to get over fish and chips very quickly, I would think.
So your friends are coming in for free fish and chips and then they're going out on the town.
That's not a bonus.
But at least get to see them.
To say, your chips are ready.
And fill them full of fat, oily food.
Yeah, that's
they go
right.
out and hopefully have a breakout. So all the people commenting, one person said, 20 years later, 2 kids in tow, I'm still being called in. Because their parents owned a fish and chip shop as well. Yeah.
My pop owned a fruit and veg shop at Bull Creek Shop, so my mum had to work there all the time.
She?
And there, I don't think there was any money exchange. It was like mum would walk out with a bag of like carrots or something, or maybe a cauliflower here and there, and that was the payment.
So if that's been since your mum was a little girl, right? Like, for your entire life, if that business stays in the family, you could always be doing whatever. You could be a lawyer, but then afterwards go and pack bananas.
Yeah, that's right. Because if your mum and dad are desperate because somebody else is sick or whatever, you're not going to say, you can't say no.
Yeah.
No,
you have
no
to
way.
do it.
Yeah.
You have to do it.
This is what we want to talk about. We want to explore the life of a child of a business owner and what you've had to go through and what you've had to help out. And maybe, you didn't get to go to your school ball because there was a crab stick emergency. We're going to give somebody a double pass to go to the Red Hot Summer Tour.
Nice. It's a great gig.
So Jimmy Barnes headlines the Red Hot Summer Tour. The tickets are at redhotsummertour.com.au, but also with Jimmy Barnes, The Living End, Birds of Tokyo, Pete Murray, Casey Chambers and a whole heap more at the Sanderford Wines in the Swan Valley. It's going to be amazing.
All right, talk to us. Is there a family business that you have had to work in over the years, either as a kid or perhaps even still now? Tell us all about it.
Hi, Maria.
Hello.
Hey, Maria. What's the family business, Maria?
It's always been fruit and veg. I've spoken to you guys before.
Yes, tell us all about it. I love hearing about your fruit and veg store. Actually, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, it does. I've got one too, if you got time.
Yeah.
Mum and Dad have had fruit and veg ever since before we were born. So my brother and I are 50 and we grew up, our first job, so to speak, was we were in kindergarten. They had a shop in Belmont.
Yes.
And we used to sit in the big onion bins and that was our playpen.
Yeah.
So wait there. Would people be going through onions while you two are sitting there playing on them?
No, we were out the back.
Oh, okay. Imagine that.
I know.
You got to get your youngers and there's little kids in there playing. The IKEA ball pit.
I know this well, Maria.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And then we just, as growing up, they've always had a business and we've always not been forced to work in it, but we've been encouraged.
Yes. Oh, my God.
You know what the best thing about the fruit and veg industry is? Because you always have those cold fridges / freezers.
Oh, in summer.
So you used to be able to lock your siblings in there, Maria. Did that ever happen to you?
Probably, but my brother's got a better memory than I do. But hey, you remember the old Wellington fruit and veg market, Wellington Street fruit and veg markets before the move to Canning Vale?
Yeah.
Oh,
we learned. You know where Harbour Town is now in the city? That was the old fruit and veg market.
And there was just like stalls there.
Yeah, that's where you went to buy your fruit and veg. The wholesalers went.
Okay.
But Mum ran the little fruit and veg shop at the front, and I think we were about 8, and that's when we learnt to drive a forklift.
forklift ticket at 8.
That's what took you so long.
They spoiled it now because now you have to get a license.
Yeah.
Okay, that is so funny. So, do you still get called in every now and then now?
No, well, my brother and I run it now. Mum and Dad are retired.
Oh, okay, yeah, so you took it over.
So we've got Bayswater Fresh. So we, my brother and my partner and I run Bayswater Fresh.
You're not far away from me. I'm coming to Bayswater
Fresh. I know. We've spoken about this before.
I know, but I always forget. All right, I'm putting it in my calendar today.
Thanks, Maria. Right. Sophie's in Yanchep. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, Soph.
Hi, Soph. What's the family business that you had to work in?
Well, when I was younger, about 6 or 7, my mum worked in a pub to get her through nursing school, and we lived above it.
Yes.
So she was a single parent, didn't have childcare, so it was much easier for her than leaving us upstairs and creating all sorts of chaos to bring us down to the bar. And I was on the duty of putting the knives and the forks in the little packets.
Very important.
And filling up the salt and pepper.
Yes.
Meanwhile, my brother's just sitting there on his Game Boy because he's too little. He's putting 2 knives, 2 forks.
yeah, it was a great memory.
Oh,
yeah, that'd be great, actually. You thought it was a really important job too.
Yeah. And back then, you know what I mean, we were so, as kids, we were so conditioned to be around very drunk people.
Yes.
We were, like, literally, I remember my family was paralytic for most of my childhood. They were when they all get in there together, Nathan, they were all just booze.
Nathan, I had to break it to you. What? Not all families are like that.
Aren't they?
That wasn't
this family is.
It wasn't standard.
Because on a Friday night, it'd be like a Texan saloon, and there'd just be like cigarette smoke everywhere, just booze for days, and people playing darts.
My dad would have one can of Swan Gold after he'd been toiling in the fields all day. That was it. Mum didn't drink.
But how did he get drunk enough to put on your mother's bathers and have his testicle poke out the bottom of them while he's on a running trampoline?
No, that didn't. We didn't have a trampoline. That's where we went wrong.
Okay.
Thanks, Sophie. Andrew's in Kelmscott. Hello.
Oh, g'day, guys. How are you?
Hey, Andrew. What was the family business?
Yeah, we had a family bakery patisserie, so I was like a third-generation baker pastry cook. So we had a bakery in Willetton at Southland Family Bakery.
Yes.
Oh, mate.
Back in the day.
Can I tell you, to find a friend that has a bakery would be the ultimate thing.
I lived at Southlands, Andrew.
Yeah, we used to get a lot of the guys. I remember Nicky Wimmer back in the day would come in. He was South Fremantle at the time, but we, as a young kid, I'd sleep on the big 50 kg flour bag. My dad was doing 16 hours of hot cross buns and bread.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's really easy to get up from that sleep because they're self-raising.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but we had so much fun, and I remember, I wanted to SS. Slazenger cricket back in the day, and Dad said, no problem, mate. I was about 8 years old. He said, I've got about 600 pie tins for you to clean.
Oh!
So I'm thinking, piece of cake, 30 minutes, I'll have it done. 6 hours later, dirty apron, and I finally got that cricket bat, but it just gave you good values and a lot of great times with my dad, and then obviously I'm a pastry cook baker myself, but we had some great times in the family business.
Hey, Andrew, would you be able to use did your dad give you extra pies and stuff, or did you flog them and use them as currency with your friends at school?
You kind of use them as currency. You take them to TAFE when we were doing our apprenticeship, and you give out hot donuts and get about $2 a donut.
No.
So you have a bit of a barter system going.
Yeah.
Andrew,
that's the way to do it.
When you had to go into work with your dad, did you go in super early, and then what do you do now? What time do you kick off?
We would start, Sean, anywhere between, say, 10 p.m. and, say, 4 a.m. So you pretty much, as you're doing your apprenticeship, you're a young guy, you're kind of going out with a girlfriend on a Friday, Saturday is kind of out because you're starting so early. But we had so much fun, like back in the 80s, working in a family bakery. We go down the mall at the shopping centre in Southlands and start spraying bun spice. So straight away, the smell of hot cross buns.
Everybody would be like, I feel like
you just spraying bun spice to bring people in.
Clever.
You get a 7-inch sponge and you heat it up in the oven with bun spice, and it'll go all over Willetton for about 6K.
People just floating in on the fumes.
Yeah.
They would be buying. Give us 2 dozen. I can smell them from 4 miles away. So that's because we're using we're playing all the games.
Yeah.
Hey, Andrew, what's your bakery now?
I'm out of it now. I'm kind of doing. I'm an Uber driver now, but 35 years as a baker, pastry cook. But had a did the FIFO thing, but I miss. My dad's passed away from pancreatic cancer now, but I miss the good times.
Oh, that's
all
lovely.
The great time we had together.
What great memories. Thanks, Andrew.
And you're 6155, mate, so all of a sudden you're winning. You can go and check out a double pass, the Red Hot Summer Tour. Jimmy Barnes headlines that, mate. That's coming your way.
It's all yours, Andrew.
That'll be fantastic. Thanks very much, guys.
Good on you,
mate.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.